Right, some useful things to know about Musescore. First of all, you probably want to know how to input notes. So I have a palette up here of different quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, whole half notes, whole notes. So I want to add some quarter notes here. Now you notice I click on this, but nothing's happening. What you have to do is you have to type the key N on your computer keyboard. So I type N, and I've entered into note entry mode. So here I can just start adding notes. If I go back, if I want to change one of these, I hit N again, or I hit escape. And let me click on notes. If I want to move to a different note, I can also use the arrows, and it will highlight in blue. Now let's say I wanted to add an accidental to this one. I go up here and I just click on that. Or as you're adding the notes, so I hit note entry mode, I'm going to hit on the accidental, so the click will be note. So I guess you have to click it after you. Either way, so let's say I Control Z will get changes I've done to my score. Just keep hitting. So let's say I go back to adding my notes, and it'll automatically adjust the remaining space for your notes by adding the rest automatically. And I hit escape to get out of note entry mode. If I click on white space, I'll get this arrows, so that means I can move it around. If I want to change the view, I hit control and I scroll my mouse. So the next thing we probably want to do is understand about adding. So one thing I can do to add more notes that's really easy is I can select a measure, clicking in there. I can select another measure by hitting shift click, Control C. The next measure that I want to paste that to that whole line to, I hit Control. All the notes I previously. Another thing you want to know is like, okay, how do I just copy a few notes? So I'm going to select this quarter note, hit shift click again, and I'm going to select this measure and hit Control. If I want to paste over these two notes, I'm just going to hit Control V by selecting this note, and there they are. Reproduce. So let's say I wanted to add a rest. So I hit my note entry mode, hit my hello, and there is that. It adjusts. So there. So it automatically adjusts for you. The thing you want to know about is probably some formatting. Let's say I want to break these two measures off into their own line. A couple ways I can do that. So I have breaks and spacers right here, and I also have them right here. So I want to go, probably one of the first things you want to do is go up and hit view, and you're going to have view but edit. Go edit workspaces, and I want to choose advanced. So it's going to give me some more things. So one thing I like to do is frames and measures, and also breaks and spaces. I like to have those ready all the time. So this gives me a lot more choices about how to format the page and how it looks. One thing I want to do is say I want to break these two measures off. So I have two ways of doing that. I can either use a section break or a line break. If I choose a line break, I put it on the measure where I want it to go, and there's my two lines. What a line break does is it says it continues the music on to the next line. But if I want a section break, that is to say I want a whole new, almost like a whole new piece starting on the same page, I use a section break. So I put a section break on this line, and now my measure numbers start over again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have a section break. And let's say I wanted to put some space here between these two lines because it's a new section now. I can go to my vertical frame. I can stick it right after this guy, and there I have extra space. Now conversely, I want some space over here, so I take my right left spacer and put it there. Oops. Control Z. I have to put it on the measure before I want it to go. So right here, and there it is. So how do I get that up here? Well, I'm going to get rid of my line break, and I'm going to put the line break on the spacer. There it is on the right hand side now. So I want more space. I want to scoot this over, right? So let's say I have my width here, and I just increase it. So that moves these two lines together. I'm not sure if I can put text in there. I can't. Yeah, get rid of that. And let's say I want to put text before it. Nope. Only edit element. If I add text. One thing you can do is I can add text to any element here. So let's say I want to add text to this right here, so I can hit. And I can drag it anywhere I want it. So just one of the delete gets rid of that. Another section text. About it. Adding accidentals. I think we already did that. Notes. Oh, so you can change the value of notes. So this is a quarter note, and I just have it did, and now it takes up. All right. I think that's about it. That's about it that you will need to complete the. Oh, one more thing, probably how to add more instruments or to change an instrument. Let's say I wanted a different instrument here, and to keep the same notes, right? So let's say I wanted to keep the same notes, but I wanted to put them on a different instrument. So first I have to add an instrument. I hit edit and go down to instruments. And it's going to look like this. So let's say I want to put keyboard there. No, not keyboard, but acoustic guitar. There. All right. So put that there. Here's my acoustic guitar. And of course, this instrument is piano. Hit OK. Now I have my acoustic guitar there. All right, so now what I have to do is I have to select all the notes that I want the acoustic guitar to play. I hit Control C, click on the first measure, Control V. Now all those notes are transposed to the guitar. They're an octave higher because, of course, acoustic guitar is a transposing instrument. So I just hit my down key and it will transpose all the notes simultaneously. It is now matching the look of the previous instrument. So now I go back to edit, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit on the piano and I'm going to hit remove. Okay, and now my guitar now, and it'll sound different too. All right, that's it for a little bit about how to use Musescore. Thanks.